Hey guys, and welcome to another video here at The Guide. I'm Benjamin, also known as Tess, and this video is all about left stick dribbling in FIFA 23. Left stick dribbling causes some headache for a lot of players since it feels a bit clunky and kinda unresponsive. In this video we want to help you with that and how you can unlock and master left stick dribbling. We have 3 techniques that can help you to have closer ball control, which should transform that left stick dribbling from a liability in your play to a tool to create space and help you with your build up. At the end, it's important that you understand what left stick dribbling is good for. Good for you is most definitely the in-depth content that we provide in our The Guide Plus app, which is perfect for you when you want to improve in FIFA. We have plenty of videos and articles in different categories that you can access for free and help you with the topics that you struggle with the most. Or just follow structured courses, track your progress and earn badges. Along the way, different quiz types help you to test your knowledge and learn more efficiently. Join our awesome community and download the app for free. So how come that left stick dribbling feels as bad in FIFA 23 even though the new feature technical dribbling looked pretty promising before the start? Left stick dribbling isn't as reliable and sometimes hard to control. This is especially true when you pick up some physical momentum in a certain direction, for example with a certain touch to control the ball. In this situation, I take my initial touch to the top side and my opponent does a great anticipation and positions himself to the top as well. As you can see, I want to immediately change my direction, but my player doesn't react at all to my input, because he doesn't get another ball contact for quite some time. I get lucky that I don't lose the ball, but situations like this are a great visualization of the problems that you might encounter as well. Another problem is that gradually turning with the left stick doesn't get you the results that you might be used to. Especially when I started playing FIFA 23, I had a lot of situations in which I basically straight up ran into the opponent because I was still used to gradually turning with the left stick. But this doesn't cut it anymore since you don't turn fast enough that way. So how can we overcome those problems? Safe dribbling is a concept on how you approach dribbling in general, but especially how you not approach the opponent. This is what this concept is about. Dribbling gets tricky or risky when the opponent gets in a position to challenge the ball. This can either be when he is in front of you or to your side. So our target should be to face away from the opponent and use your body as protection. As soon as you get in a dribbling situation, try to scan the pitch and understand how your opponent will approach you. So especially pay attention to his selected player. Then you start to dribble in a direction at which you can always turn away from the opponent. Since we start early enough, gradually turning isn't a problem, since we aren't required to do sharp turns in order to avoid the opponent. But it's vital that you dribble without sprinting, otherwise you can lose control over the situation quite fast. So safe dribbling is basically a way how you manage your dribbling, your direction and the opponent's position. It doesn't have to be the case that you're 180 degrees facing away from the opponent all the time, but you should always be in a position to turn away from him in a safe manner. What is quite important when it comes to safe dribbling, respect all the opponent's players because they might not be selected right now, but this can change quite fast. Here I maneuver myself in a situation at which I was able to get pinched from 2 sides. I didn't respect the opponent's AI player enough and I ended up losing the ball because of that. As soon as you notice that it can get dangerous, you shouldn't hesitate with passing the ball to another teammate. Obviously, this can't be the only solution at our side. A, that would be pretty boring, and B, we will end up in situations in which safe dribbling isn't an option, since we are not able to establish or maintain that safe situation. For this I want to present another technique. We already talked about gradually turning and how this can be a problem, especially when the opponent quickly approaches you from the front. In such situations you should work with sharp turns that you do with drastic direction changes of the left stick. Instead of dragging the left stick on the side, you directly change the direction of it. Here I get surprised by the opponent which approaches me from the front. I quickly shift the stick down and my player does a sharp turn. Right after I do another 180 degree shift of the left stick to the top, and the result is a smooth turn by my player. These are the situations in which technical dribbling kicks in and left stick dribbling can feel very smooth. But be aware that this is much more demanding and reliant on the player's dribbling attributes. Dribbling, balance, agility, but also much more risky. When the opponent has the right read, you won't get out of it as easily. But what if we make this to our advantage, misleading the opponent's anticipation? This is what we can do with fake turns. Have a look at this situation. I start with a safe dribbling, facing away from the opponent who is able to get closer. I can feel that he thinks that he is close to getting the ball, so I want to bait him with a fake turn. I initiate a drastic turn to the top, so my player starts with that animation. This is the go signal for my opponent to challenge the ball from the top side, but this is all I wanted. I immediately turn back, and since the opponent is heavily committed in the wrong direction, I open a lot of space right in front of me, which was blocked before. Using fake turns is one of my favorite tools to create space in midfield situations and open up passing options. But at last, we present you a real game changer when it comes to left stick dribbling. Precision dribbling is a dribbling technique which seems like is somewhat easily forgotten. You do it by pressing and holding L2 plus R2 or LT plus RT. The way you want to use precision dribbling is you only do it for a few ball contacts, so pressing those buttons for a short time. You use it for tight turns or just getting the ball under close control. So as soon as you get in those tight dribbling situations with an opponent close by, you hit the two shoulder buttons and try to maneuver your way out of this by controlling the ball away from the opponent's challenge. For example, here I pass the ball to Goretzka and I face immediate pressure from the front. I press the two shoulder buttons and shift the stick to the top. Goretzka isn't a bad dribbler, don't get me wrong, but I think you can clearly see how swift his turn is with really close ball control. That way I'm able to outmaneuver the opponent and play on. So this was a situation in which I was able to make use of precision dribbling in the last second. In this sequence I use it a little bit differently, more preemptively. Every time I think there's a chance that my opponent will try to challenge for the ball, I use precision dribbling to be able to quickly turn away. In this case the opponent was really passive, but I think it illustrates very nicely how you can use the precision dribbling to maintain close ball control, to keep the overall situation under control with mainly dribbling, but you're still able to gain ground and at the end create an opening. But be aware, this isn't a magic button which all of a sudden enables you the most amazing left stick dribbling. There will be situations in which it's too clunky and will let you down miserably. So you still have to be cautious with it, otherwise you will lose the ball quite easily. And this brings me to the conclusion of this video. I think what is quite important for you to realize when it comes to left stick dribbling in FIFA 23, since it's not as responsive in a reliable way, most of the time you have to take your turns and moves in a preemptive way and not reactively. Otherwise you end up in too many situations at which the rather unresponsive left stick dribbling doesn't get you out of. So you have to understand the purpose that left stick dribbling fulfills in FIFA 23. It's very rare that you can create chances inside the box only with left stick dribbling. There are just too many opponent's players in your way. For this you will most likely use skill moves, other dribbling variants or passes, because these elements can create a much higher dynamic in the moments when it's needed. But you need left stick dribbling to get there, because it will help you in your build-up play to open up space, gain ground and to be able to distribute the ball. The tips provided in this video should be a big help to master left stick dribbling so you avoid getting pressured and losing the ball, but instead use the opponent's aggression to gain an advantage. If this video was helpful for you, please leave a like and don't forget to check out our app, the Guide Class, for more helpful content. We talked about how skill moves can create space, especially inside the box, and help you to create chances. If you want to learn the best skill moves in the game, have a look at our top 5 skill moves video that you can click on in the center of the screen right now. This will be a great inspiration for you. This is it from my side. Keep a clean sheet. I'm out.